Hi, Power of Air families. Here comes chapters 14 and 15 of Quinny and Hopper. Chapter 14 coming from Hopper's point of view. I'm not brave enough to do this, but Quinny thinks I am. And just in case she's right, I aim the hose at my brothers and press the handle. Water bursts out fast and freezing cold. Ah! Trevor yelps as I soak him in the stomach. Urgh! Ty roars as I spray him in the nose. Wait, cries Quinny. She leans over and changes the setting on the hose sprayer from stream to jet. The water blasts out faster now. Trevor and Ty scream louder. Quinny puts her hand over mine on the hose. We press that handle down hard. I'm dead meat for sure, but I think it might be worth it. Chapter 15, coming from Quinny's point of view. How was I supposed to know that Mrs. Porridge would pick this exact moment to walk into Hopper's yard, and that she would come by with her cat on a leash, and that both she and that cat, who is so huge it looks more like a bear cub, hate being accidentally sprayed with freezing water from a garden hose? "Rrrr!" screeches the soaked cat. "Good heavens!" cries that soaked old lady. "Bawk, bawk, bawk!" barks Muddy Freya, who suddenly wants a piece of that cat. Hiss, hisses the cat, trying to sink its fangs into Freya's feathers. Mrs. Porridge kicks that killer chicken away from her chubby cat, but they all get tangled up in the cat's leash. "Leave my Walter alone, you bird-brained terrorist." "Good morning, Mrs. Porridge," I call out. "How are you? This must be your cat, who you just called Walter, so I think he's probably a boy cat, right? But how did he get so huge? And why are you walking him on a leash? Is he part dog?" "My dress!" cries a soaked girl who was walking with Mrs. Porridge and Walter. Except I didn't even see that girl until now. Because if a gigantic wet cat starts fighting a muddy killer chicken, that's usually the first thing people notice. "Wow, Mrs. Porridge, I didn't know you have a girl too." "This is my grandniece Victoria," huffs Mrs. Porridge. "She's visiting for the day, and I was under the mistaken impression that you two might like to meet each other." I look at Victoria again. She's wearing a very glamorous, very complicated, itchy pink dress. A very soggy, itchy pink dress. Her sparkly headband and stylish purse and high-heely sandals are also itchy pink and wettish. She looks like the kind of beautiful, expensive doll you are not allowed to touch, except that someone dropped that doll into a puddle. Before I can ask Victoria if she was on her way to a party, she sputters, "This dress is dry clean only." Uh-oh. Dry clean only equals you have to take it to a special store, plus pay a lot of money to have it cleaned with chemicals that are not good for our planet, according to Mom. But Dad used to dry clean his shirts back in New York City, which is how I know so much about it. I also know we owe Victoria an apology. Hopper looks scared to say it, so I do. "Sorry, Victoria. Hey, too bad that dress isn't wet clean only." Victoria glares at us. Dry clean, wet clean, get it? By the way, I'm Quinny and this is Hopper. Victoria stomps off wetly without even laughing at my joke. Mrs. Porridge picks up her giant drippy cat and follows in her grandniece's footstomps. "Quinny, what on earth is going on?" says Mom, who must have shown up while I wasn't looking and does not seem too happy. Then I notice Piper too, peeking out from behind a tree, all half naked and sneaky smiley. "Queenie did it," she blurts out. "She soaked that old lady and her cat and her pretty girl." "Did it is not a word," I inform my grimy little sister. "And put a shirt on, you chimpanzee." Now that we live in the middle of nowhere, Piper has stopped wearing clothes. She likes to go outside in her underpants or a swimsuit bottom and roll around in the grass like some wild animal. She won't even come inside to go to the bathroom. She just squats behind one of the trees in our yard like a dog. Daddy calls that spot her invisible toilet. "You won't catch me going anywhere near it." "I saw the whole thing," Piper tattles. "It was Quinny." "Tattletale for sale," I call out. "Tattletale for sale." All right, Quinny, that's enough trouble for one day, says Mom. In the house now. But it's not even lunchtime. Mom drags me home anyway. I look back at Hopper, who's getting dragged off by his own mad mom, along with the two bully twins, whose two mouths are blaming the whole thing on Hopper, which is a lie. But I can't even defend him because Mom shuts our door and orders me upstairs and makes me take a whole entire bath, even though I just took one 2 days ago. Piper tries to jump in the tub too because we sometimes still take our baths together, but I don't want that snoopy wild animal anywhere near me right now. Get your germy butt out of here, I screech at her, making my best ferocious face. Mom plucks chicken feathers from my hair and scrubs my muddy face and mutters, "How on earth, Quinny? How on earth?" After my bath, she makes me write a letter saying sorry to Mrs. Porridge and offering to pay to dry clean only Victoria's dress from my allowance, which isn't fair because Trevor and Ty started it with the water hose, just like they started it with the broken vase yesterday. Why, oh why, do we have to move next door to such beastly bully twins? I don't even want to think about what those monsters are doing to Hopper right now. I just hope he's still alive. I sit there, sinking to the very bottom of this very bad mood, when I feel a licky wet finger slime my ankle. It's Piper again, under the table. She almost gets away, but I grab that nosy little beast by the ponytail, and pull her back to me ever so gently. "Hello, Tattletale." I squish her cheeks between my knees. This is not your lucky day. All right, I hope you're having a great Thursday. Try to get outside, get some fresh air. Chapter 16 will be coming soon.